Hello everybody, we're gonna be learning the basics and start of HTML. So,
Everybody knows that.
Can I just stop? So, when you start HTML, your first line of code should always be exclamation mark, which will add everything you would need. Which is everything like the body, the head, the title. So when you got everything you needed, then you got to go to your title and change it to your website. Put it something like my first website. Then I recommend you use stuff like VS Code, Visual Studio Code. It is my favorite coding engine right now. There are other ones you can install, but everything can go good. If you're using VS Code like me, you gotta go to the extensions and put live server as one of these extensions to make one. Okay, so while you do that, we're gonna do the basics. Well, H1 stands for heading 1, which is the biggest heading. It is recommended to be your first line of code, and write something like, this is my first website coded on HTML! Exclamation mark. Remember, you can also put stuff like emojis. Like, for example, I can put this emoji. So, not only that, there is another thing called P. P is just stands for paragraph. This is just some smaller text. Okay, we can write a paragraph like this is a paragraph. A longer form of text which is meant for a large body of text, and it is normally a very small. Also with this, you can use stuff like exclamation marks, question marks, even like symbols, like, for example, let me try to do a symbol like this. This symbol. Okay, we can't do that because it disturbs the function, but if you want to put a heart, you can just press Windows dot, and then you can just hit heart, and you'll get some hearts like that. Okay, let me actually put a heart. Yes, it works. So there's also another thing called, you can put a link inside. For example, this is funny. Okay, this is a Rickroll link. This is what the text will be displayed like, and when they click on this text. Then this is href. Href is just for the actual link. So let me go to a Rickroll.
If you're a web designer,
We're here. I also memorized the thing.
Oh.
Yes. If we go here, we can also put the live server started. Look, it's here. This is a Rickroll link. And actually, it's a real Rickroll. I am not joking. That is kind of funny. But there's also another thing you can do. Okay, that's in the second episode. I forgot. So there's also stuff like H3. Okay, this is a smaller heading from H1. This is what H3 looks like. And I'll show you what it looks like. This is what H2 looks like. It just represents heading. Okay. This is what H4 looks like. H5. This is what H5 looks like.
I was so thirsty.
H6. This goes up till H6. This is what H6 looks like. H1. Okay, if we dispose this and we go live, this is what H5 looks like. Okay, this is H6, H. Let's just do Control X. Okay, done. It's now from like biggest to smallest. This is what H6 looks like. This is what H5 looks like. This is what H4 looks like. This is what H3 looks like. This is what H2 looks like. This is what a link looks like. This is what a paragraph looks like. And this is what H1 looks like. Also, if you wanted to, you could put stuff like images, but that's more complex, and I'm not gonna show you that. And also there are there is also that is pretty much part 1 this is part 1 of the series of how to make a simple website. This is under 10 minutes. Bye, and hope you enjoyed learning how to make a classic text HTML website.